Welcome, one and all to another episode of the Podcrastinators.
We have watched Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Yep.
We were both very excited for this movie.
We were so excited for this movie.
And we'll tell you how we thought, or what we thought of it. But first...
we had some other topics of conversation before we actually jump into the movie.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you go first.
Okay. So... something crazy happened this week, and Rovio delisted the original Angry Birds from the App Store.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I did not hear anything about this.
So, do you want to know why they delisted Angry Birds 1?
Only the first one?
Yeah. Okay, wait. Why do you think that they delisted the original Angry Birds, like the Angry Birds that was like mega popular?
I have no idea because it's just old. I don't know.
No, because it is cannibalizing their like the freemium Angry Birds ones, because like people are rather like, oh, I'll just pay $1 for the original Angry Birds. There's no ads and it's not like trying to shove microtransactions in my face.
Mm-hmm.
So people were going to that instead of their like freemium ones. And it's like, that kind of makes a big statement that they just decided to take down a full game and to get their audience back over to their like free to play quotations.
That's got to be like fucking free to play and all that shit has got to be the most like weirdly ethical thing in business. Like when you think about it in video games, you're like, oh god, it's so scummy. Like
it's so scummy.
But then you're like, oh, but I could get the Naruto skin. I could be Naruto.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought it was super scummy and don't want to see that move into like bigger console titles. Like, I don't know. That's not really how the landscape is in like AAA titles, but like, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't come to...
You'd think that they'd be like, oh, maybe we should release a game and just make it worth money now. Maybe like worth $5 and just like make it really cool and a lot better of a package.
Well, that's another thing is they probably like make so much more money on the like freemium free-to-play games versus an actual good game that you only have to pay for once and you get all the content.
Maybe that... Yeah, that is lame. All right, so the thing I wanted to bring up.
Okay, yeah. What's your top?
Did you see that Aquaman had its initial screen review?
Oh no, I did not.
Do you want that? Some of the people are saying it's the worst DC movie they've ever seen.
What? Worse than Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know how exaggerated that is, but I was like, oh. But it kind of sucks. I think the movies are dying out.
The superhero
movies are dying out.
Superhero fatigue setting in.
Yeah. I think Ant-Man was kind of it, like a good turning point for me at least. There was some like good things about it, for sure, but it was like a lot of the same. We actually watched the movie a week ago.
Had some time to like sit on it and think about it.
Yeah,
which I liked.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we should. If you guys enjoy this video, we'll maybe do more of this. But one thing I was thinking of, like that kind of like some other reviewers are saying that I didn't like think about initially coming out of the movie was like, oh, it's like nothing happened in the movie. It's like it's literally the biggest turning point for Marvel, and they still did the exact same fucking movie. Like the family friendly, nothing bad actually happened.
Oh,
like,
right. It was so formulaic.
It was like the happy ending and everything, and you're just like, okay. Like,
it was everything I've seen before a million.
It was so
times.
unoffensive, you know. Like it was like so vanilla.
Ugh. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
I have like zero faith in anything Marvel now. Like what am I? The next one I'm excited for is like Deadpool 3. Come on, that's so
I didn't really like
away.
Deadpool 2, to be honest. So I'm not that excited for Deadpool 3.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Okay, yeah, you bring up a good point.
Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Yeah, Ant-Man wasn't that great. Paul Rudd was good. You know, he was funny. He's an effective
was like my
Ant-Man.
favorite part.
Yeah. Hank Pym was kind of needlessly there.
Yeah.
He was the comic relief.
And
it just didn't really work. But I guess we said this coming out of the movie. I want to make sure. We both said it's like a fucking Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah. It felt just like a Rick and Morty episode with some of the just corny ass jokes with the little red blob guy.
Mm-hmm. And then like how Hank Pym controlled the spaceship with those weird goo tentacles.
Yeah, the goo controls.
It was just like, this is just fucking stupid. Like, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Also, why does every single Ant-Man movie have to have ants in it? Like, okay, I get it, but like, all right, well, maybe not like that, but why does it have to have like an army of ants? Like, why can't like he just be like running around an ant like he does in the first one? Does he do that in any of the other ones?
I think that he does ride on an ant in the second one because Wasp just has her wings and she can fly.
Oh, okay.
But the only the ants were fine for me. I feel like the part that was that I actually liked that was like ant like I guess was the part when they're doing the heist and all the like versions of him like pick him up like
he's an ant. Yeah, but like I like that part. I agree that was probably the most visually creative thing or engaging thing that I thought.
I agree. Oh, I thought I had something else to say about Hank Pym as a character, but
what about the part where Bill Murray came and he's like, yeah,
I fucked your wife. I just swallowed my gum.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Bill Murray was whack in this movie. The weirdest Bill Murray performance.
It was very uncomfortable a little bit, was it not? Like, and then he drank like that live like
that was something out of Rick and Morty
creature.
Too.
Also, the creature designs were not that engaging to me personally. A lot of the design work. There was just a lot going on.
There could have been like more done with the quantum realm. Like, what crazy shit do you see in the quantum realm? And they're like,
rock people.
These buildings are alive.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And that was another thing too with like them getting big and small, and that like means nothing to me in the quantum realm. Like,
yeah, true.
I guess he was like bigger than the one city at the end that he could destroy, but him the power of shrinking and growing, like
I think you could there's still potential to have a really cool fight scene with that where he's like doing both.
Yeah.
You know, maybe like shrinking down to dodge like some crazy fucking beam that's being thrown at him and then like jumping up, getting huge.
Or what if he like jumped into somebody's nose and then expanded while he was inside their head? He could do a Mortal Kombat fatality on them.
Oh, another thing, MK12 was leaked.
What? That's awesome.
Not official, not like officially, but we do know it's coming out this year.
That's awesome.
Some guy accidentally fucked around with it and let the news go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Getting back on track for the millionth time. What were we even talking about? Oh, Ant-Man doing fucking Mortal Kombat moves.
Yeah, that's how we got into Mortal Kombat.
What's his daughter's name? She's the new character.
Cassie. And there was some big controversy with them recasting her. Because
I had no idea she was recast, to be honest.
Because you know how in Endgame at the beginning when he like comes back and his daughter's like older and he hugs her and it's like you get that one scene from them and like people. I guess there was some controversy with they like recast the actress.
Huh?
I
thought she did fine. I thought she was effective. Like. For a new character, she was not like, or not new, you know, but like the daughter's never been directly involved with the plot.
Yeah, like another like further thread that they're trying to set up the young Avengers. Like she's gonna be young Ant-Man, I bet.
Okay. Her costume was cool. I like the purple.
Yeah, she was all right. She was not super offensive to me, but she wasn't like
The Wasp
incredible.
had no purpose being in this movie, to be honest.
The Wasp was
had
barely in it.
She had like 5 lines.
Like they were separated for the whole movie, and
Mhm.
there was the action.
She found out that her mom was fucking Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray's like, I laid some pipe. Wink.
And he's like, excuse me? And he's like, yep, is that your wife? You know what went down in the quantum realm? You don't want to know. And the daughter's just like, fuck, guys.
Come on. That Michelle Pfeiffer, I did not think was very good in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, she does this, like, why? It was so annoying that she wouldn't explain anything to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally, like, walking around in a forest, and they're like, can you please explain something? And she's
Like
like
multiple times, they're like, please, for the love of God.
we don't have time. And then they just keep walking in silence. Like, why don't you just talk about it right now while you're walking to the next destination or flying in the Goo Hands ship?
Yeah.
Like, just explain something. Like, you're clearly just traveling right now.
Yeah.
And then that gave us no frame of reference for anything that was like actually going on in the quantum realm. So it was like, why do we even care? It's not like they were doing anything to like keep us asking questions. It wasn't like, I don't know. It was just so nothing.
It was just so nothing. Yeah. There was you're right. I think there was a good like 30 minutes of her being like, we got to go this way. Come on, guys.
And then just tell
like,
us what's going on.
What the fuck is happening?
So fucking annoying.
We gotta go get Ant-Man and Cassie.
Like, why?
And they're like, we just gotta go. And they're like, fuck, all right. And like,
I think also another problem was that just like this entire movie, if you think about the actors, they were probably just on a green set the entire time.
mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's hard to act and like get into what you're like getting into when everything's just lime green around you.
Yeah. Staring at green for hours on end.
So it seemed like some of the actors didn't really know how to act on just the green screen, you know, or in the volume or wherever it was.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about pretty much the main cast. What did you think of MODOK?
MODOK was not...
What is it? Mobile organism designed only to kill or something?
That's actually really close. Mental organism designed only for killing is what it is in the comics, at least.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't hate MODOK. Like, he had some...
I thought MODOK's design was kind of cool. Not his face. When he had the helmet on, he looked cool.
Yeah. When he was like in the attack mode.
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty menacing.
He had the fucking MODOK saws. Like, that was pretty sick. Like, seeing him fly around like that.
My main problem with MODOK was that they just killed him off. Like, they should have just like let him escape into the world, you know? Like, MODOK should just be out there, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. Like, MODOK is a cool enough character. Like, he can like...
Why
kill him off? Yeah,
that's the Marvel problem, is that they just kill off the villains every movie. Like,
they
keep
also
the villains alive.
Yeah. He was a lot more comic relief than I was expecting, too.
Yeah. But he was also, like, a menacing presence, too, at points.
At points, yeah. I will say, I didn't like how, like, funny they tried to make him. But he did have the funniest part in the movie that I actually laughed at when, like, at the end, he's fighting Cassie. And then, like, Cassie gets the upper hand or something and turns huge and, like, punches him. And he's, like, dead in the rubble. And he's like, oh, just don't be a dick. And he's like, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, I thought that part actually cracked me up.
Actually, the funniest part in the movie, and I think I was the only one that laughed in the entire theater, it was one of those moments when fucking Michelle Pfeiffer's character was not explaining anything and they're asking him questions. and Michael Douglas is like, who's coming? She's like, he is.
And there's just a lone laugh from the back of the theater, like, ha ha ha.
That's the funniest part to me.
That's awesome. King is coming. Whoa.
But they completely went away from MODOK in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
At least his origin. Because MODOK is created by AIM in the comics, and they already used AIM in Iron Man 3. So
I thought they did his origin story pretty all right. Like, you're right. I wish they didn't just kill him off. Like, him being like... It makes sense that that's why he looks like that.
Yeah.
From the first movie. And it's cool to bring back a villain from the first one. But, I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the first one. I don't remember him being like... I get that a lot's happened to him, but like that in like the first one.
He wasn't
he was
so
an actual
jokey.
villain. Yeah.
He was just evil guy. I'm taking over the company. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's kind of weird that he idolizes Ant-Man at the end for just no reason.
Yeah,
He's
that
like,
was weird.
He's like, I'm an Avenger too. And you're like, why? Like, didn't he send you down here? Wouldn't you hate this person?
And he's like, you were always a brother to me.
Yeah.
Like, you barely knew each other.
It was a stupid fucking movie.
What did you think about Kang?
He was pretty fucking
Everything
lame.
it hinges on.
He was... I think he's a cool character, but they did him so dirty in this movie. Why'd they kill him? I was like, why couldn't he be the king? Like, I get that kings like can be a lot of people, but they literally showed the lamest other kings at the ends. Like, it also didn't seem like, I don't know, man, but it wasn't that cool.
He seemed menacing, but
because it was cool that he was the king that got like sent away.
Yeah, he was the banished one.
Yeah, the banished king. Like, then it's like, oh, like he's the fucked up
evil
king.
one.
Yeah, exactly. Of like all these like kings who like know about the multiverse and shit. He's the one that got banished.
Yeah. Well, wait. I can't exactly remember. How did he die again? Did he like get sucked into a portal, or did they like incinerate him or something?
The ants got to him, and then he got like sucked into his core, or I think they mashed together their like big and small shuriken and threw it at him. I don't know. I think they kind of did the same thing they did to the guy in the first one.
Oh, so he could come back.
Maybe. But it seemed like...
Well, the thing about Kang, too, is that, like, he exists at all points. Mm-hmm. So, like, they could... it would be a fucking stretch, but they could always get that Kang before he got banished, you know?
Yeah.
Because Kang exists everywhere in the timeline, basically. Like,
also, really fucking stupid ass idea to introduce the main villain for the next entire phase and just kill him off by Ant-Man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you just made him the most non-threatening villain. Like, I don't care for him coming back.
Yeah. Exactly. He was killed by such a like low level here, like a I don't know,
and not even in like a crazy miraculous way.
Yeah, it was so easy.
Yeah.
And he was the banished one.
Yeah, he could have been fucking way cooler. His backstory with the original Wasp, fucking what's her face,
Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah, was just not very interesting.
Yeah. I touched his ship and suddenly I saw all the timelines he had destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The timeline, like, I don't care about, like, oh, Kang was destroying entire timelines. Like, that's a little crossing the line for me. Yeah. Just the fact that they call it timelines, like, this entire timeline is at stake. Like, I don't buy it. I don't like it at all. It's way too corny for me.
Yeah. Well, fuck, bro. What's next for Marvel?
So because of this movie,
wasn't there supposed to be a new Captain Marvel movie?
So it was supposed to come out in the summer, but they've pushed it to November now. So, and then I think less of the TV shows are releasing. So they're not...
They're consolidating their stuff to less be spread out, hopefully.
Yeah, they're spreading out their stuff more. They actually are now.
Yeah.
Like, I think only 2 TV shows are coming out this year now.
Cool.
So there's that. I think they're just going to spread things out and not inundate us with content. I don't know. I seriously was like, I'm not excited for anything going forward except for Deadpool 3.
Fantastic Four, but that's so far ahead in the future.
Exactly. Like, it goes Deadpool 3, then Fantastic Four. Like, those come out at the same time.
Yeah.
And fucking...
And even then, it's like, I'm still skeptical for Fantastic Four, you know? I mean, and Deadpool, for that matter.
Yeah.
The ones I'm most excited for shouldn't be the ones that I'm still like, it could be ass.
and the Daredevil show, like, I'm the same way. Like, it's like, I'll watch it, but it could be ass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I think recently I was thinking about this with all the talking of DC too. Another topic I was thinking about bringing up was the Valentine's Day Harley Quinn episode special. Did you see that?
No, I didn't watch it.
It was funny, and
okay.
also the show is funny. But when I was watching it, I was like, man, DC has like done, in the grand scheme of things, you look at it as like DC kind of has like, people talk about shit on DC. That's like, Marvel doesn't have any sick games recently, or like sick TV shows or sick animations. And they sometimes have good movies. At least you can expect something like weird and fucking different sometimes.
Yeah, like Joker would have never come out of Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. Or Suicide Squad, or like
even the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman.
At least like the DC
no matter what you think of it, they're all like at least different enough, you know.
They have their own identity, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think DC is going to be crazy until James Gunn starts doing stuff. Mm-hmm. The Flash, I think, is going to be sweet.
The Flash is going to be tough.
and James Gunn has been like tweeting about that he thinks that the Flash is really good and he's super into the Flash. So he hasn't been doing that for Aquaman or Shazam.
Yeah.
So I think that bodes well for the Flash.
Mm-hmm. Also, at least when a DC movie is bad, it's like really bad and kind of funny. Yeah. Like when a Marvel movie is bad, it's just like so vanilla and boring, where you're just kind of like, eh.
Like, to be honest, I could see myself watching Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Again at some point.
The one scene where Batman flies into the warehouse and like brutally kills like 24 men. That scene was sick.
And when Lex Luthor makes the lady drink the pee.
I don't remember that. She's really?
Yeah. When the Capitol gets bombed.
She makes her drink pee?
Yeah, Lex Luthor makes the like senator woman drink pee.
Wow. I don't remember that scene at all.
But I think I would never watch Ant-Man again.
I don't think I'd ever
watch this movie.
Because at the end, they literally made it so like, it's so inoffensive, and like if the movie did poorly, they could forget about it. If it does well, they can like incorporate more of it. It was like such like a safe, like I said, so non-offensive, vanilla fucking just bore fest.
It was just Marvel paint by numbers.
Mm-hmm. Paint by numbers, yeah.
The quantum realm just was not fleshed out well. I feel like you could do so much with the quantum realm, and they're like, this is another universe underneath ours.
We're never seeing the quantum realm again. Guaranteed.
Unless they like need it to go in time, like in Endgame. They're just going to be like, okay, we're using the quantum realm. Doop, doop, doop.
Yeah. Lame.
What, was it better than Black Panther?
God, I don't know.
Was it better than Thor?
Yes.
It was better than Thor. Well, right now,
yeah, I think it was better than Thor.
It's got the lowest audience score of any Marvel movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, it's tied with Eternals right now.
I've yet to see Eternals. I'm probably never gonna see Eternals.
We're gonna watch Eternals for the podcast.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't say that shit because then I have to watch it.
No, I think Eternals would make a good episode, but Eternals is still my least favorite one.
Okay.
But think
Love and Thunder is still my least favorite. I hated that one so much.
I didn't hate Love and Thunder.
They've had a streak of just bad.
When was the last time there was like a really good movie?
And I hate
Spider-Man.
I hate how Spider-Man.
Isn't that like so like shitty too? And it's like Amy Pascal made the Last Guns Marvel movie. Like, god damn it! Just
like, come on, guys. That was a long time ago now. At this point, too.
Doctor Strange was enjoyable. Doctor Strange is...
But that's also because you and I are like, oh, Sam Raimi, there's the spooky zombie one.
That's true. That's true. But
I think there is some shit in that would, if I wasn't a Sam Raimi fan, I would be pissed off.
Yeah.
Like the pizza balls thing. I think I'd be pretty
pissed off. The pizza ball thing was really stupid.
Yeah.
But
I
was like, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, yes. I love this movie.
Do you want to know who all the Kangs were in the end credits scene?
Sure.
So you got Pharaoh Kang.
Oh.
So that is actually Ramatut. He was the first appearance ever of Kang. He was in a Fantastic Four comic where they travel back in time to Egypt, and it was just a Stan Lee Jack Kirby one where they travel back to Egypt, and there's the Pharaoh is an evil time god, and then they like send him back to his own time, and then later on when Kang actually appears, he's like, ho, I was Ramatut the whole time. Like, that was just like a previous version of myself.
I see.
And then...
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And then there's also some cool stuff too with Apocalypse, because you know how Apocalypse was an Egyptian?
Yeah.
So like...
He was in Egypt.
Yeah.
I can't speak.
And so... Ramatut has like a little war with Apocalypse during ancient Egyptian times before the Fantastic Four get there. So he's like kind of cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then there was the super old one, and he's Immortus. He's the one good one. Well, good is a stretch with Kang, but I mean, he's like the oldest, wisest one. Basically.
Gotcha.
And then there's another one called Red Centurion that is just another variant. Those were like the main ones that were around the table. And then that scene where they like go out into the Coliseum and there's all just the Kangs hooping and hollering, going wild. Yeah. That's like a straight 1-to-1 adaptation.
Ooh, we're Kangs!
And it's like a straight 1-to-1 adaptation of a frame from a comic. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, I did want to ask you, how much money do you think Baskin-Robbins paid Marvel? Was that a big thing in the other movies?
In the first one, yeah, because he has the Baskin-Robbins job, and it was actually one of the funnier jokes from... I can't spell Coliseum, goddammit. From the first one, when they're like, oh, here it is.
Oh, that looks way cooler, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I mean... Should be cool, maybe.
Well,
when we actually get to see shit. We have to probably wait 7 more movies to see Kang actually do something.
He'll be in Loki, which is the next show to come out.
Oh, that was also the kind of annoying thing.
Was the ad for Loki?
Yeah, that was the end credits. It was like, well, okay. Like,
and Loki's like, that one's him.
It's like, all right, so we already know King is in Loki.
Yeah,
and we already know Loki's coming back. Like, I was excited for Loki. Like, cool, I guess. But like, show me something like fan servicey at the very least.
Yeah, that evil Kang's still alive.
Yeah,
but with going back to the Baskin-Robbins thing, it was like a one-off joke in the first one because he had the job right out of jail, and then he like lies about his identity, and then the one manager guy is like, Baskin-Robbins always finds out.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
So that was the Baskin-Robbins thing. So I guess it does have a callback, but I don't know. Did Baskin-Robbins come to Disney with the ad, or was that already written in the script? Because it maybe with the first one.
Maybe the writer, the script writer's like, God, I fucking love Baskin-Robbins. Like, I go there every day. And I've been put to task to write this Ant-Man movie. Like, shit.
I'm putting so much Baskin-Robbins in this.
I'm going to put all my favorite ice cream flavors in this one.
Well, and then, actually, isn't it Infinity War that has the other Baskin-Robbins reference when Tony Stark is in the Sanctum Sanctorum at the very beginning, and
how much money is Baskin-Robbins making, bro?
And
I gotta look this up.
Fucking what's his name? Wong is like, Hoka Hoka Burnin' Fudge is our favorite flavor. Because don't they also mention that there's an Iron Man flavor at Baskin Robbins?
Yeah.
Another reference that was during the Loki end credit scene was the variant of Kang or whatever that's on the stage. He said his name was Victor Timely, and it's just a reference to that Marvel used to be Timely Comics in the 40s.
Wow.
There's
Cool.
that for your Easter egg.
That's so sick. I think Marvel should take a page out of DC's book and just make a movie. Not entirely like caring about everything that came behind it.
So I think that there are a couple factors that contributed to this movie, though, like that were not in its favor.
Yeah.
So I think this is the last one that was made during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that limitation. So maybe that's why the green screen effects just felt so small and everything was boxed in, I guess. And so another thing is with the VFX team, did you see that someone anonymously came out and was saying that like there were some terrible working conditions that Disney was putting them through? They were like super underpaid. They kept having to like redo stuff, and just like they were the timeline that they were given was just like unreasonable.
Yeah.
And they
the
also
crunch they had to
said
do is probably fucking awful.
a lot of the resources had been diverted from this movie into Black Panther 2. So I guess they cared more about Black Panther 2 than Ant-Man, which doesn't make sense because this one is Kang, dude. Like,
yeah.
but like obviously the story has to be there. The VFX isn't gonna carry the whole thing. But still.
Also, Wakanda Forever was just destined to fail with Chadwick Boseman. Like, I don't think it was an awful movie.
I
think
think it was better than Ant-Man.
It was. I think maybe a little bit, but I would still never watch either of them ever again.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's not a good thing to say about your movies.
But here's the other thing too: is like
they got money. It made a lot of money.
Yeah, they still make money. Like they're gonna keep making them. I don't think this is gonna die. It's like one of the highest grossing film franchises ever, or if not the highest.
Yeah.
I think that even if they are bad, they're just gonna keep making them. Like look at some of those middle James Bond movies. They just kept making them. People kept seeing them. And we'll keep covering them.
That's right.
Just another thing that I think was missing from this movie that the other Ant-Man movies had was Michael Pena. He was so good in all the other movies. Other Ant-Mans.
Fuck, I forgot about him. Yeah, he was hilarious in them.
He's such a good part of those original Ant-Mans.
He's to help get that aha moment in your head. He's the main guy in the Narcos Mexico, if that helps anybody. Right?
I don't know. I've not seen that.
I need to double check.
I just like his scenes from the first Ant-Man where he's like, so I knew this guy who knew my sister, who knew this guy who heard this thing about this job going down.
Yeah, Michael Pena.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's the main dude. Or like the cop guy.
Okay.
He's a good actor.
He is good.
Yeah.
He's such a good element of those original ones.
Yeah, I agree. At least the comic relief was coming from someone funny as opposed to the big fucking floating head.
Yeah. Also, the soundtrack to me was not as good as the other ones.
I couldn't tell you any of it.
Yeah, just because I add the like main themes to my movie score playlist, and sometimes when I'm reading, that will come through. So
Yeah.
I've heard the like main Ant-Man theme a couple times.
How does it go? Hum it. Okay, that's pretty dope. That's a good little
And
riff.
they like barely used it in this movie. Like I think the only time I actually noticed it was when he like becomes giant at the end to destroy Kang's fortress. And yeah, Wasp was barely in it.
Why? Wasp didn't do anything.
Like, did they call it Ant-Man and the Wasp just because to carry over the naming convention from the first one? But she was barely fucking in it.
She literally had 6 lines.
And
Yeah, it was not... It was...
And then the fucking... Oh, we'll never see a comic accurate Hank Pym, though.
No.
Like, Disney will not let him beat his wife on
Rob,
screen.
Rob Stark created... Oh, what the fuck's his name? Ultron?
Rob Stark?
Rob Stark. Did Rob Stark make him? Or not Rob Stark. Fucking Tony Stark. Jesus. I didn't even realize Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But Hank Pym made him in the comics,
Hank
right?
Pym created Ultron in the comics.
Yeah. That's all I know about him.
He's
kind of a lame character in the Ant-Man universe, though. At least in this one. I don't know. You kind of get like the taste of like whatever the last movie was like in your mouth whenever you think of something. But the first 2 movies, they're not bad.
Yeah,
They're
no.
enjoyable.
They're not bad. This one was not watchable.
No.
Oh, so disappointing.
Very disappointing. That's what we thought. Do you have anything else?
Well, the last thing is that you know how he has the book in the movie?
No,
Like,
not even in the slightest.
You know how like there at the very beginning that it was like the opening narration and it was him reading his book that he wrote?
His book. Yeah. Gotcha,
His book.
Gotcha.
That book is actually coming out. You can buy it. It comes out in September.
Fuck off.
The
bro.
actual book is coming out.
Fuck off. That's so lame.
Here, I think
Is it just a full parody of him as like Ant-Man?
I don't know that much about it. All I saw, what was it called? It was like looking out for the little guy.
Yeah.
Looking out for the little guy.
$22 and that's 18%. It's $27.
If you went to Barnes and Noble.
I'm pissed. Don't buy that, guys.
Oh my god, it has like a quote from
Introducing the man behind the hero and the hero I call friend, Bruce Banner, fellow Avenger.
about the author. Scott Lang is a scientist and inventor with a master's degree in electrical engineering. He has been an ice cream scooper, a corporate whistleblower, a consultant for Pim Van Dyne Foundation, and an Avenger. He lives in San Francisco. That part's probably getting cut out.
Yeah. Well, there goes our money, Cameron.
Our ad for the book.
Yeah, just bam. Episode just automatically denied. It gets taken down the minute we put it up. Fuck. Well, that's what we thought. Tell us what you guys thought. Thank you for listening. As always. What episode is coming out next?
I think it's The Last of Us Part 2.
Cool. Yeah. In honor of the show going on right now, we're going to talk about The Last of Us Part 2, the game. Anyways, thank you for listening.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Goodbye.